Hello. We are doing a talk today on water. I think in the back of my screen I actually have some water and some fish. How perfect is that? There is a book written by an Iranian physician. His name, I love to say it, Batman Gelij, wrote a book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water. You're not sick, you're thirsty. I'll spell his name in case you're interested. Batmangelij. So he was in an Iranian prison as a physician, and I'm trying to remember the term that he was going to be in the prison, but it was going to be a long time. And they recognized that he was a physician, and so they said, we will reduce your time spent here if you provide care for the inmates. However, there were no real drugs on board or any tools for which he could properly treat the inmates. So he used water. And his first patient had a peptic ulcer, and he was in a lot of pain. And so he just had this gentleman start to hydrate and drink water routinely every hour on the hour. And over time, his pain went away. Well, then he would have a patient who's hypertensive, or a patient who was having asthma, or a patient who was having constipation, or a patient with joint pain. And in his pharmacy, there was one thing: water. So he would put these people on these water regimes, and typically these folks hadn't been drinking enough water and certainly didn't have it accessible on a regular basis. And he started seeing amazing results with hydration. So he put this book together. He was released early from prison, wrote this book, and has done research on multiple different facets of healthcare conditions that get better with water. And I'm here to tell you, if there's one strategy I start with patients, it's water. Well, people say, Kelly, but I'm drinking all day. I know. What are you drinking all day? I drink so much coffee. Well, remember, coffee is a diuretic. Coca-Cola, I even hate saying the word, is a diuretic. Beer is a diuretic. Wine is a diuretic. Juice is a diuretic. Smoothies are a diuretic. Lattes are a diuretic. What is a diuretic? You lose water. Why? Well, there's this concept of a solute and a solvent. A solute is to make a solution of something. You put the solute, let's say it's the Coke syrup, into sparkling water, which is the solvent that makes Coca-Cola, which, by the way, cleans blood off asphalt and destroys the inside of your body. And if I could blow up the Coca-Cola company, I wouldn't blow it up. Maybe just lock the front door. I would, because pop is killing our children. However, good news, I will say that RFK, through the MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, just came out and said that they went to Coca-Cola and said, you have to take out the high fructose corn syrup from your pop. And they did. Never before has a governmental institution had the power to make a request and have it followed. Amazing. And then Pepsi-Cola, 1 week later, did the same thing voluntarily. High fructose corn syrup, by the way, is creating in children the same kind of cirrhosis of the liver that you see in an alcoholic. High fructose corn syrup is bad stuff, despite the fact that commercials will say, no, it's just sugar. No, it is not. High fructose corn syrup is a deleterious way to get anything sweetened. So if you see HFCS on an ingredient, put it down and look for something different. Okay, so where was I? Thank you. I get excited about the fact that Coca-Cola is changing its recipe. It's still high in sugar, but at least it's not killing our livers. It is causing diabetes, but one step at a time. So understand that anytime you have anything other than water, when you put a solute in, it becomes a diuretic, because now that there's a difference in the gradient of the fluid in the bloodstream versus the cells outside the bloodstream, and basically if it's more concentrated in the bloodstream, it will move out into the cells. You become dehydrated. So you don't get to count coffee or tea or pop or beer or wine as water. So how much water should you and I be drinking? Well, if you wake up in the morning and you urinate, you know, your urine is relatively clear, you're golden, you're good. If you wake up golden, if you wake up and you see your urine is a dark yellow, oh my, you are dehydrated. Please, you've got to get the water into your body. On the general rule of thumb, if you're under 200 pounds, half of your body weight in ounces is great. Okay? Now, you can get nutty, people can get obsessive compulsive and drink 2 gallons a day, and they will become hyper-diluted, and they will actually, that can create huge healthcare problems down the road. Please don't go nutty on water. Too much of any good thing becomes a bad thing. So shoot for half your weight. Now, I also am a big fan that we should be taking in some form of electrolyte in our body. Not to go nutty on it, and we think of electrolytes like Gatorade. I'm not talking about Gatorade. Gatorade is used for people who are running up and down a basketball court and sweating profusely, and it's replacing our electrolytes, but they will double up the amount of sodium because we lose a lot of that in sweat. So when you drink a Gatorade, it's not only full, way too much sugar than you need if you're not sweating profusely, but also has too much sugar, for sure. So way too much salt, I mean sodium, I should have said if I didn't, because people are sweating so much. So I love an electrolyte called Lyte, L-Y-T-E, Balance. We sell it at the clinic. You can buy it online on Amazon. It's very well priced. And it has all of the electrolytes, which are, we also call them mineral salts, like potassium and sodium. And the body and magnesium, and the body likes a certain ratio of those things in the body. So Lyte Balance has the right ratio. And the right ratio of your electrolytes is super important. And I'm seeing a problem out there where one of the mineral salts or the electrolytes, magnesium, is being taken separately for a lot of patients, and they're creating an altered ratio of what we consider normal in the electrolytes. So don't do that. So in the morning, for probably 8-9 years now, I've been taking a capful, 1 cap, CAP full, of this electrolyte in about 10 ounces of water, and straight out of bed, I chug it straight up. And I will do that twice. Now I know I'm going to have at least enough of the mineral component to keep me going, to make me feel a little bit better. So very important that I think we add some electrolyte to the water at least once during the day, and then make sure you drink that water. Now, what kind of water? I'm not a fan of tap water. Sadly, fluoridation is a real thing, and it does cause problems with brain chemistry, and we won't talk about that today, but it's best not to drink tap water. We have an under the sink filter. You know, the Britas are a good way to filter water to a certain degree, but there's all kinds of different ways you can create water filtration system. That's not the topic of this talk today, but it's better to get some form of filtrated water. And I'm not a fan of buying plastic water bottles. We now know that the PBA and BPA coming from plastic, et cetera, is not a good thing. And we're finding plastic particles in children's body parts and within the bloodstream, and in adults, of course. So if you're going to drink water, drink it out of a glass jar, drink it out of a metal jar, something of that nature. Okay, so why I tell people to drink water, number one, is it a painkiller. It's a painkiller. If you don't have the water to move your nutrients around, you may have the resources, but you can't get it to where it needs to go. And electrolytes also, by the way, pull water to where it needs to go. So really important that you start taking care of yourself, and I recommend putting in a container. Let's say you weigh 150 pounds, put in 75 ounces in containers, and that's your responsibility for the day. Or you'll say, this container is 25 ounces, I'm going to fill it up twice. Either way, make it happen. because if you want to heal slowly, stay dehydrated. If you want to stay in pain, stay dehydrated. If you want to have reduced energy, stay dehydrated. I'm trying to use a double negative on y'all. So anyway, that's your homework for the next few days. Thanks for listening, and talk to you soon.